So I'm Garth Falconer from Reset Urban Design. I'd like to introduce Justin Meek. Now, Justin, you've been overseas for most of your career and you've come back and you're now working with us at Reset Urban Design, and hey, you're a director.
I am.
How has this all come about?
Yeah, it's very exciting actually. Returned after working for 25 years overseas, mainly based in Southeast Asia, Singapore and the Middle East. I was mainly in the Emirates in Abu Dhabi.
So going back, 25 years ago, you're one of these people that was drawn to go overseas and ply your trade. And
I finished my degree at Lincoln University, did landscape architecture there, and I had travelled previously, and after the degree, I just had the desire to get out there, and I knew there was a lot of stuff going on in Singapore.
Big exciting projects.
It sort of attracts you, and that's the work I'd done at school. You know, when I was studying, my master planning work was always larger scale.
Yes.
So I just had the sense that was the place to go to get it.
Yeah.
And I was right.
Yep. So you're mainly working in the Middle East, and I mean, I've seen some of your projects. I mean, some of them are just unreal. The size of them. I mean, there's the extension of the Paris Louvre.
Yep.
In Doha. Was it Doha?
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I sort of went through probably 3 steps. I had a period in Singapore, 3 years there.
Yeah.
Design consultancy. Then I moved to the Emirates in 2000, and again working in design consultancy.
Yeah.
Mixed use developments, but also in house we had architecture and planning and engineering.
These are big companies, right?
Yeah. And then probably the largest chunk of work I was actually with the government in Abu Dhabi. So it was a group called TDIC, and we were there to identify tourism development projects and then plan them and then build them.
Right.
So the major ones on those, there were probably 3. One was Saadiyat Island, which was an island off the coast of Abu Dhabi, which is an island itself. Master planning that, getting some major tourism infrastructure in there. So that was where the Louvre Abu Dhabi was.
Oh, okay. So how big's this island? I mean, it's like
26 square kilometres.
Right. Okay.
So, and we had a number of districts. The cultural district, which included the actually 3 museums: the Louvre, the Guggenheim, designed by Frank Gehry, and there was the Zayed National Museum, designed by Foster and Partners.
Right.
So part of what we did was do the structural master planning,
right,
and lay them out, and then for the Louvre, which was the first one built, we took that through to construction, tendering, and got it built, and I stayed with the job until I.
That was Jean Nouvel.
Jean Nouvel design, yeah.
And it wasn't just these museums by themselves. There was just like a waterfront district. And
there's a whole network of supporting infrastructure. You know, the roads, the open spaces, the beaches, and obviously a lot of support. The island population, I think, was going to be around 150,000.
So this is like a new city on this island.
Yeah, essentially. And different districts. We had the beach district, which included sort of more low-scale residences. Included a golf course designed by Gary Player,
right,
which again we completed, and we also did the beach residences. And a lot of the master planning was about keeping connectivity throughout the district.
Right.
So that whole idea of cycleways connectivity and reducing the number of cars was a big part of the planning.
Sustainability a big driver for the master planning?
It was. There is a planning council in Abu Dhabi, and what they did was they actually developed their own planning criteria for the Middle East, something called Istidama, and we had to go through that because obviously climate's a major issue. You try to reduce the amount of glass in facades, trying to reduce air conditioning, but also trying to promote walkability.
And water reuse.
Water reuse, that's a big one. It's all TSE water, which is recycled effluent,
right,
for irrigation. But we had a lot of criteria we had to go through.
So you weren't seeing a lot of green lawns and shrubberies. Is that right? Or
It's there. I mean, a lot of what I was trying to do, we also wrote guideline documents, was to have green but have it where it actually serves a purpose of amenity.
Right.
So trying to reduce any green on streetscapes.
Right.
Well, both for maintenance and water usage.
It's sort of like talking about decorative green. That's not.
Yeah, you can do ground covers, but you know, we use a lot of gravels in that case. We also built our own nursery and we introduced native species,
Right.
and the water usage is sort of a quarter of a exotic.
So what was your role in this? You were working with the government. You were.
Yeah, I was a development director and a design director, and I'd sort of covered both things. I took that job through design of the master plan, then we broke it into chunks where it would turn into construction documents.
Right.
And I moved through from the design side to the construction side. And a lot of the way I saw it was you sort of protecting the vision and protecting the master plan. So you tried not to let the vision get compromised as it went through construction or
as the design evolves, I guess.
Yeah, it evolves, and you know, things happen on projects and budgets and pricing, but trying to keep some of that big vision, the big ideas in place is really important. Right. You know, and also learning a lot by going through that construction process.
And you were right there right through the cutting the ribbon?
Yeah, I was there for opening day.
Fantastic.
Which was wonderful. Yeah. And the next one, the Zayed National Museum, which is the new national museum for the country, is coming out of the ground at the moment,
right.
Which is great. And the Guggenheim has foundations in. It's the next one off, and that's that corner done. But other districts are being lived in and being used. Yeah.
Tell me, I'm also interested about this central Bangkok development, which I understand is about the same size and footage as the CBD of Auckland Central. And it's been done by one developer.
Yeah, after I finished in the Emirates, I actually had a rest after that one. But then I got the phone call to go to Thailand to work as part of the PMC group, project managing construction management of One Bangkok, which is developed by Fraser Properties. So I was part of the PMC team there, overseeing design of all disciplines for One Bangkok, which is a massive mixed-use project, 1.8 million square metres of GFA, which is hard to understand, but think of it as sort of the central city of Auckland. So mixed use with obviously underground car parks, offices, hotels.
Public transport?
Yeah, all the transport networks.
Was that an underground metro?
There was a proposed underground metro connection there, but things like district cooling, so it was actually self-sustaining for all its cooling needs. Yeah, massive job. So I went through that from the PMC and was in client side overseeing common infrastructure, which is a broad word, but it's basically the way I defined it, and was everything outside a building envelope.
Right.
So all the infrastructure, all the externals, the landscape, all the substructure, all the streetscape. You know, so it's about, again, it's coordinating multiple disciplines to
how
get
it all fits together.
How it fits together to get the best outcome.
Right.
Yeah.
From a large master plan right through to being built.
Yeah, being built, exactly.
Yeah.
Trying to make it marry and make the vision be delivered.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting project.
Now, Justin, we met about 5 years ago, I think, and you kind of searched us out and gave me a call when you were in town and said, hey, can I come over and have a chat? And that's how we sort of started.
Well, it was all because I'm privileged to have our house on Waiheke, so your office was at the bottom of town and really close to the ferry.
This is when we were down in Princess Wharf. Yeah,
exactly.
But we moved to Takapuna.
Well, interestingly, you moved to Takapuna and I moved to the North Shore. Oh. So I looked it up again and you were close again. So so therefore I thought this is meant to be.
This is the sole driving factor.
I like location. I did a lot of commuting in the Middle East, so now it's a very short commute.
Yeah, okay. But over the last 5 years, we've had a number of discussions, and you've been looking at coming back to New Zealand. I mean, not to retire and play golf, I hope. Yeah. But you're really at the peak of your career, and you want to contribute back to the local scene.
Yeah, it was very much a conscious choice I made about coming back.
Yeah.
You know, because I enjoy my work and I do want to work here.
Yeah.
Obviously a number of factors, including COVID, but no, it was on the agenda, and very pleased to have done it, and pleased to be back in this environment, and yeah, really looking forward to contributing to Reset and how we can move forward, you know, with not just projects but team culture and how we work and what we do and how we do it.
And it may be a smaller team environment, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, teams and projects, they're funny things. I find scale, having worked on large scale, I find small scale quite complex as well.
Yeah.
You know, you still have to get the details right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, looking forward to the jobs we've got and the challenges that are there, and the, you know, the complexity that's here. It's often a similar thing. It's about getting disciplines aligned, looking, you know, keeping searching for the best design outcome, and you know, keeping the client's needs in mind. And
you've been back with us for over 6-7 months now. How are you adapting to the local scene?
Oh yeah, I'm loving it. You know, I truly, you know, as in our drive today, I look out the window and go, this is unbelievable.
We're down in Monica, by the way.
Yeah, the natural beauty, the cleanness of the air, you know, there's just so much that's still knocking me over every day. And
there's a lot happening here. You know, from when you left in the 1990s to New Zealand in the 21st century, in the second decade of the
massive difference.
Third decade of the 21st century.
Yeah. No, and honestly, I like a lot of what I'm seeing. I think, you know, a lot of the work done in Auckland's really positive, and the planning seems really positive. And, you know, there's a lot more to do, but definitely on the right path, I think. And there's some really smart design, and we just have to keep pushing the envelope, doing it better, doing it smarter, and learning from, you know, guys like me who've been overseas. And, you know, you learn not just from what you do right, you learn from other mistakes. You know, let's bring that to the table.
And that's been a big thing about the New Zealand diaspora of expats coming back to New Zealand and contributing back into the community, whether it's a design community or some other area of interest. Bringing all that expertise back in a positive way, lifting the bar locally.
Yeah, and that's something I'm looking forward to, and I know, you know, my wife and family as well, is getting into the community and getting some foothold and some place in it as well. As an expat, you miss a bit of that. There's something, but it's quite transient. So I'm really looking forward to that part of being home.
Well, it's good to have you with us, Justin, and congratulations on being appointed a director of our company, and looking forward to working with you and you know, doing some great things.
Yeah, we got some great news ahead, I'm sure.
Okay, buddy. Thank you. Cheers.